Hello, how you doing? I'm Michael MacKenzie. I'm the chairman of Clan MacKenzie of Christmas Island, and I'd like to thank you for taking your time to be able to watch this video and kind of see if it'd be something you're interested to be a part of. So, Clan MacKenzie of Christmas Island is split in kind of our goals and things we're working towards. Our goals are kind of different in the sense that our goals for Clan MacKenzie as a society as a whole is cultural preservation, environmental restoration, and social club. Kind of for our nonprofit, that's kind of how we're labeled. So, but it's how are we going to meet our goals? And this is where I had an awesome idea, or I think it's an awesome idea, is providing education and knowledge within spirits such as whiskey, gin, and vodka. So, so this will kind of maybe help meet our goals in the sense of getting memberships. This is something people can be interested in over and beyond what I mentioned before, with cultural preservation and such. People aren't necessarily interested in that, but what they are interested in is whiskey, gin, and vodka. People can be interested in that. So I'm going to go over the memberships. And also, when I go over the memberships, I'm going to also explain how we're going to grow and how it's going to help and kind of where we're going to go with this. So the first membership is $3.89, and that's just the supporters. That's the very basics. That's if you're not sure if you want to do this or not. So what this does is get you access to monthly content, so some of the videos of what we're doing, updates, and so on. Some good karma, random perks. So if we're doing good one month, or something good happens, or we have good, we'll pass it on to you. And then a bi-monthly newsletter. So all these will be also included in every other membership. It will just get added. So then we have tier 2. This is where you really start getting actual benefits, and they're called the Conquerors. So this is $9.80 a month, and with this, so after 6 months, you will receive your first merch. So that would be like a t-shirt, stickers, maybe even a Glencairn cup. I'm thinking that's kind of where I'm going to go with. But yeah, so and sampling. So depending on, so part of your votes, part of your membership, you're going to vote what you want, how we're going to take this. So sampling. Maybe within the 6 months when you're waiting for your benefits to kick in, it's like, do you want to try whiskey? And if you want to try whiskey, do you want to try scotch? Do you want to try bourbon? Do you want to try Canadian rye? Like, so all these, you will get a package labeled A, B, and C. And then you'll get your little testers in there, and then along with that, you'll get a whiskey diary. And then you'll kind of say, this is what I like about A or don't like about A, and continue for A, B, and C. And then once a month or twice a month, depending, how popular this gets, you'll go on to YouTube or Patreon and say, hey, this was the whiskey. I like this. Versus, oh, this is an expensive bottle. I like it because it's expensive. And our brain tricks us. Just, the bottle of something makes us think it tastes better when it really doesn't, right? So, anyway, so so that's kind of the the level 2. I'm just trying to see. So as well, added from the other one, twice a year you will receive sampling. So kind of 3 times a year we're gonna receive samplings. And then also the whiskey and spirit tasting lessons. So just kind of figuring out stuff about whiskey because it's not as straightforward, right? So, what's the difference between scotch and bourbon? But they're both whiskeys, right? So, I'm trying to understand some of those nuances. So that was the Conquerors. So now we're going to move into the third tier, which is the Nobleman of the Clan. And this is $28 a month. But this is where you really start getting into the actual meat and potatoes of what we're going to be doing. So after being a committed member for 3 months, you will receive your Glencairn whiskey glass, which is the best glass for getting the smell and the taste from the whiskey, and samplings. So, this investment will eventually earn you more peaks. So you will definitely, but this one there's only a limit of 45 members, because once we start growing, you're gonna have to be you will always pay that price for and get those perks. But once the 45 is filled up, we kind of have enough support to move forward with the first level. And then people are going to have to pay more after that because they weren't interested in it before. So by the time I get 45 members at that, we can have a tasting room. We can have yearly events. So as well, with enough support, we can have our own tasting room, beverage room. So as well, with this third membership, so you'll be invited to participate in all clan meetings. So you may not have a vote on some of the governance of the meetings, but you'll know what's going on. And when it comes to the whiskey part, you will have some sort of say, access to clan lands, quarterly sampling. So you get 4 times a year, you get sampling in the mail, voting on new content and spirit tasting. So you get to have more say there. Access to live stream tasting. So instead of having to access the one that's recorded, you can actually log in live when I'm doing the videos and ask questions and be curious. So this is if maybe you're not close by. Weekly content, exclusive Patreon posts and newsletters, whiskey, and everything else I mentioned that is in the previous levels. So the last one and the most expensive one is $58 a month. And what this will get you is a bar package. Like you'll get a cocktail kit, or not a cocktail kit, but the shaker, the mixer. You get the whole cocktail making kit, right? Not the actual alcohol or the flavoring, but the tools to make it. So you will receive one of them. As well, you'll actually get voting rights with Clan MacKenzie, invited or have a right to come to all the clan events and access to the land, enough to where you could maybe put something there. So with the $60 a month, essentially, you are a Class A member of Clan MacKenzie, on the books, registered with the government. Yeah, and then everything else is pretty well the same. So the only thing is you just with the clansmen. So the clansmen, you're a full member of Clan MacKenzie with all the rights of a member, and you'll just get perks monthly versus every 3 months or every quarterly or what have you. So with that, as we progress through all these goals, we're going to start off doing we're going to start off doing a tasting room. Hopefully be able to build our building to make a distillery. And then from there, hopefully things taste off, because I've done a lot. So just for the distillery itself, the setup for is about $28,000. And that's for 200 liters. And from there, from 200 liters, you can get about 40 to 80 liters a run. So right off the bat, 20,000, we'll say 30,000 for the setup to do your first run, because then you need your grain. You actually need the the stuff to make the whiskey. So let's say 30,000 for that. And then to have an actual place on clan lands, then that's kind of when you're looking at probably about 150, 175,000. We're looking for your water and such, right? So this is the cost that we'll all be taking on, right? But as part of the community, with this happening right in your backyard, you'll have a say. You'll get to vote on what's happening. And then